A man is behind bars after reportedly walking into the Citgo gas station on Auburn Street with 2 handguns. One local group says the people who are leaving behind a mess are causing problems for wildlife. Police are still searching for Doty. They have issued an arrest warrant for 3 counts of murder. Well, I don't really think the teachers were too optimistic about this. Like I said, they've been trying to do this since June. They've been holding rallies and protesting, and they said tonight with this 300 people out here, that was kind of their last message to the district. Nick and Christy, it's a very active scene right now after police say a high-speed chase ended in an extreme car crash. Smoke is flooding the area here in the 2400 block of Charles Avenue after a building went up in flames around 7 p.m. tonight. Now, joining me right now is Rockford Fire Chief Derek Bergston. Many Rockford residents say they've seen an increase of coyotes in state line area parks and walkways like this one.
Just 1 month after a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed at a public park, the community standing up to crime with a proposal for a teen drop-in center. Alexis?
Nick and Mimi, Beloit Police, the NAACP, and the city all believe this new teen center will get youth off the streets and lower the crime rate. The city of Beloit is plagued with gun violence. Last month, 4 teens were shot and 16-year-old Jose Carruthers Paramo was killed here at Summit Park. The Southern Wisconsin community is partnering up with the NAACP to stand up to the issue.
There aren't enough cops to arrest our way out of this problem, so we're here to support whatever efforts the community can come up with.
The groups are planning to open a new teen drop-in center that could get young adults off the streets and lower the crime rate.
It's a structure, it's something to belong to, and that's really what's missing. So many of our kids are just wandering, they're just lost. They don't have anybody they're connected to or anything that they're connected to. And giving them a space filled with positive adults and positive role models is really what would make a difference and have a huge impact.
Beloit has the Boys and Girls Club, which gives hundreds of state line youth a safe place to go after school. But this club does not cater to the age group most vulnerable to crime.
The idea here to have a teen center would be 12 and older, which is the age group that's most vulnerable to getting involved with some terrible things.
The Teen Drop-In Center could open up right here at the Boys and Girls Club in Beloit, where organizers say they have everything for every age group right here in this building.
We're going to make sure that we've got programs that high schoolers want to be involved with, getting their input, seeing what they want to do.
Beloit police say this teen center could be exactly what the community needs.
Long-term relationships with young people is what seems to be effective, and that's what we're looking for.
The city does not have money to pay for this center, so this would be a community effort fueled by fundraisers. Although the center is just in the beginning stages, organizers say they will be planning events in the near future to raise money. We'll keep you updated on those events on our website, mystateline.com. Nick? Rockford realtors admit the job can be risky at times, but they say they have a couple precautions they can take to ensure they stay safe. State Line real estate agent Barbara Fry unlocks a home for a prospective buyer.
To get in, this is now going to register my code.
But not without taking the proper safety precautions.
I'm always behind them so that I don't turn my back on them. That's my first rule. And now it's being stored in the box. The box knows what time I got here, who I am, and when I leave.
Real estate agents like Fry are on high alert after police say Arkansas realtor Beverly Carter was kidnapped from a house she was showing and killed.
It just makes us all think about it and brings it to the forefront, safety, but it's sickening.
And investigators say Carter was a prime target because she was alone.
A lot of times safety is not the first thing on your mind. The sale is the first thing on your mind.
We tell them to be vigilant. We tell them to be like a citizen. You have to kind of use your gut feel. And make sure that you don't put yourself in harm's way.
Fry has worked for Dickerson and Neiman Realtors in the Rockford area for 24 years and says the job can be dangerous.
I've had an uncomfortable situation, took a neighbor with me, and when I showed up, the gentleman said he was surprised I had someone with me and no longer wanted to see the house and left.
Agents say they always have escape routes in the home and they make sure the client is not blocking them. They also tell someone where they are and how long the appointment will take.
The safety procedures have to be followed to keep yourself safe.
Being a real estate agent is reportedly one of the most dangerous jobs out there since you're constantly required to meet with strangers. For tips on how to stay safe when meeting someone for the first time, when you're out there looking for a home, you can head to our website, mystateline.com.
Alexis McAdams is here now with more on how you can protect yourself.
Nick and Mimi, imagine your shock and panic if someone broke into your home and stole your personal computer. Stealing a smartphone is no different, and more people here in the state line are being targeted. Just one look at the wall at One Stop Wireless in Byron, and it seems like everyone these days wants to have a smartphone. Much more than a phone. They tweet, they text, they Skype, and download apps that hold a ton of your personal information. And that's why the thought of having one of these precious devices stolen is scary.
I always have to know where it's at, checking my pockets, making sure I see where it's at, because if I turn my back, who knows? And it's expensive to replace.
Oh, definitely. Someone would take it. That's what I worry about.
And police say stolen smartphones are becoming a reality here in the state line. About 50 reports a month in Rockford.
They're taking in car burglaries, in burglaries to residents. They're taking in thefts from restaurants and bars, and a lot of them are taken during special events at schools.
I'm more aware now.
Stacy Samuel is one of over 3 million Americans who are victims of smartphone theft.
Within 10 minutes of me putting my phone down, somebody had already picked it up and taken it somewhere else to sell it.
Her phone was stolen while she was at Cherryville Mall.
I thought that somebody was just playing a joke on me and hid the phone, so we were calling it, trying to search for it, and they all kept saying, no, I didn't hide it. Somebody took it.
But she was able to use a Find My Droid application and tracked the thief down.
My phone was going off right next to him, and I walked up and asked him, is that my phone? And he said, I don't know.
Samuel filed a police report and got her phone back.
Had I not had the app, what I would have had to do is just keep calling it, listening in a busy mall for my ringtone, and hoping that nobody else has that ringtone.
But thousands of others are not so lucky.
We very rarely recover any cell phones. Occasionally.
1 out of 10 smartphone users are victims of cell phone theft, and 2/3 of those victims never see their phones again. Articles across the nation say people are even being killed for their iPhone. One reason Minnesota will become the first state to mandate a kill switch on smartphones to deter thieves. Samuel has worked in the cell phone industry for years and says that each week suspected thieves come to local state line stores and ask for a stolen smartphone to be unlocked.
If there's already a passcode on the phone, that's a good indication that that phone was obtained in some kind of illegal way.
What many thieves do not know is that there is a serial number on the back of every smartphone that helps track down your stolen device, but thieves can still flip that phone for cash because it's worth so much, especially the Apple iPhone, which is unlockable and usable on any cellular network.
I paid $100 for it, but retail value on it was $600. So I would have been out that $600 plus the $50 from the case.
Having a Find My Device application and phone insurance is key.
It's extremely important, especially if you're carrying valuable information around on your device. Having that remote wipe or remote lock is extremely important.
Because if you don't take precautions, thieves can end up with a lot more than just your phone. As you heard, downloading a Find Your Phone application and getting phone insurance are important if you have a smartphone. You can get information on both from your service provider. There are some other important things to do as well. First, put in a password. It can be a pain to type in every time you use the phone, but it's important to help keep off thieves. Also, don't put automatic passwords on anything, especially any app that may hold sensitive information, including your email. And never store important information such as passwords, social security numbers, or other ID on your smartphone. Lots of people do that, and if their phones are stolen or hacked, it's an invitation to identity theft. So Nick and Mimi, people need to remember that a smartphone is like carrying your entire digital life in your pocket. You won't be able to protect yourself once it's lost or stolen.
I never thought of it that way, but that is exactly what it is. And, if you don't have your phone for a few minutes, it's like, where's my phone? I need my phone. So good information. Thanks, Alexis.